3-turn raid run, let's go!
7k dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be the revamp guide for Duo Raid, and my team is gonna comprise of Velika, Fenrir, Yuri, Sylvia, and Yui. Yui is here to provide silence resist. So just to talk about the statistics for the raid, there's actually this team which comprises of Ace and Skull. Now Ace is there for crit rate and crit damage increase, which is what Yuri can do, and there's also a Skull which I'm not too sure if it's the old school or the new school, so that's the problem. But anyway, this guide will provide you with even better teams than that one, so just continue watching. Okay, for Velika's equipment, I've given her crit and lethal because this is the beginner's build. Okay, I still would say that, if you haven't checked out my item rate, I said that you have to pump all your power stones into your DPS's equipment first before doing anything else, because that's the most important. Okay, HP armor, PvE attack increase, crit damage and lethal damage increase, and increase awakening gauge so she gets her awaken skill faster. Accessory here is very simple, Willful Ring and crit damage only, and then for Fighter Soul only grade 1, and for traits, stun, lethal rate increase, and increase universal. Okay, increase damage on universal. The reason why I gave her stun resist here is because you will need stun resist for accessory rate as well. Now if you find that Yui isn't able to give you silence resist long enough, then you may have to go with silence resist here instead, and then use a hero like Truth to give you 12 turns of stun immunity. Okay, either way it will work out. But here, with this kind of setup, I'm really showing you that it can be done in 6 turns. Okay, Fenrir and the front line, just go with HP armor, Willful Rings, and defensive jewels. You don't really need PvE defense jewels, but defense jewels in general. Okay, Yui is basically not having any armor, I'm just giving her the gift items. Okay, so again, I'm gonna do this manually. Okay, I think doing one time of manual runs is okay, since everything is on auto clear now. So the first skill you should cast would be Yuri's bottom skill to land the debuff on Numo Wang, and then you can proceed to buff with Velika. Now again, since this is a beginner guide, okay, the beginner run and beginner build, you should try to pump your Velika all the way with all the possible buffs that she can get before she uses that one awakened skill that will kill him off immediately. Okay, Yui dies, but it's completely fine because there's 6 turns of immunity. If I'm not wrong though, I think Numo Wang is able to turn decrease twice. Okay, so that means your immunity essentially is only 4 turns. Okay, but it's okay because there's cooldown involved, so you just have to kill him before that cooldown ends. Okay, so I buff with Fenrir's top skill, and then I will use Velika's bottom skill. Now the reason why Velika is not getting her awaken gauge up fast enough is because she didn't get the first speed attack. Okay, because Fenrir did that because we are on a crit and lethal based build. Now if you do have the guild buffs intact, you can actually go with the speed and crit rate build, which I will show you guys later. So Yuri's top skill is going to increase your damage down to universal even more, and then finally be 10 seconds before he has his skill cooldown ready, we are going to kill him off. So the damage down onto Numo is definitely good, and you have Sylvia here to buff your physical attack. Magic attack by 50% as well. So I think if you just follow this setup, you should be able to kill without any issue. This is the Cooldown Lock Team, and yes, surprisingly, you can now use Cooldown Lock on even Numo Wang. In the past, we couldn't do that. Okay, so same strategy, use Chloe's bottom skill first to land the 100-second cooldown, and then cast your debuff with the Chloe's top skill, and then buff with Velika. In this case, you won't be using Yuri's bottom skill anymore because Chloe here offers a better debuff than Yuri's debuff. Okay? From there on, it's really just also doing the same thing, buffing your Velika and landing the Insane Awaken skill. But also take note of Numo Wang's cooldown. I think Numo Wang's cooldown is longer than Stormwing, or about the same, but Numo Wang does not decrease his cooldown with basic attacks, so that's something good. So you don't have to worry about frequently casting Chloe's skills and causing your run to be too long. Just monitor the cooldown on Numo Wang. When it gets to about 30 seconds, you can use Chloe's increased cooldown again, and I think with a 130 second cooldown lock, you should be pretty safe for the rest of the battle. Okay? And of course, you know, by turn 5, you will get the maximum buff from Yuri, which is her crit damage and crit rate increases. So you shouldn't be, you know, be blocked with by Numo Wang. Of course, you can always use Fenrir's top skill to land the block notification, and in this case, it is completely safe. Now you can proceed to use Velika's top skill, Awaken skill. In case you still think it may not be enough, like, you know, in this case somehow, you can try to get Yuri's Awaken skill up to increase the damage dealt to universal enemies, and then cast the Awaken skill. Because ultimately, since you're using a cooldown lock team anyway, you know, the damage doesn't matter and the time doesn't matter. Now this is the advanced team, okay? I'm still using the same team, but there is an even better team later. I will show you guys. So for the advanced team, you see that, you know, I've given her weaker armor so that the Berserker ring can play a bigger role and play a more prominent role here in increasing the damage that Velika will deal. Of course, Celestial Sharpness is important because it increases damage down to universal heroes. Speed and crit so that Velika can go first and buff her Awaken gauge faster. Now for the limited traits here, I've went with increased critical damage and lethal damage on universal type enemies, both by 30%. So this is going to be insanely huge, okay, for damaging Numo Wang. The front line basically is the same HP armor, willful ring, and defensive jewels. Always remember that criteria. And of course, I'm using Yonji. Yonji, it will increase the magic damage, magic attack of my Velika by 40%, decrease Numo Wang's defense by 2000, and also increase the damage I deal to Numo Wang by 30%, and also increase lethal damage of my side, okay? So I shouldn't have buffed with Velika first, okay? You should use the debuff from Yuri first because it is a debuff. And of course, Numo Wang can do turn decrease, so it's not advisable to use your buffs first. And you see that by turn 2, after he uses his second skill, my Velika's Awaken skill is ready. This is much faster than what you saw earlier on. Okay, that is because of the initial speed attack that Velika did, so that's very, very important. I did use Fenrir's top skill here to land the block notification and also to increase more damage, crit and lethal damage. You see the damage she deals is insane, okay, insane to Numo Wang. The reason why I did it with Fenrir is for precautionary measure because there is a chance that I may be blocked, and if you do get blocked, then your Awaken skill is not going to do that much damage, okay? There is a better team. And this is thanks to Faris, who commented on my item rate guide yesterday, that gave me this team. He gave me this team to try out, and I decided that okay, I'm gonna try it because I have not seen a 3-turn kill before for my raid runs. So this is Regin Leif. I didn't give her any PvE related stuff. Okay, she's just gonna be there. The reason why she is used is because by turn 3, she will reduce block rate by 30%, and the longer you drag out the battle, she will reduce block rate even more, so you can feel even safer basically. And take note that my Velika does have the limited traits as well. So she's gonna hit insanely hard even without Sylvia. I'm gonna use the Yuri debuff first, and like I said, use the Yuri debuff first and then buff with Velika's top skill. Okay, this should be the right order. And you see that previously, remember, we got the Awaken skill by turn 2. So yes, this is the same case. So turn 3 now, his block rate is decreased by 30%. I'm gonna use the Awaken skill, and you see that it also can kill off Numo Wang easily without too much issues. And that's really thanks to the block rate decrease from Regin Leif. I didn't even need to buff with Fenrir, see, it's even faster. But if you really want to play it safe, you can do it in 4 turns with Fenrir's buff included. Okay, so I hope this guide helps, and if it did, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Big shout out to my channel members ZMD Phoenix, NDC Dahir and Reggie Bautista. Stay tuned for more guides coming your way. Thank you so much and see you!